Hello and welcome to episode 160 of Comedians Interviewing Musicians. My name is Becky Jo Neal. This is my beautiful co-host Kim Stacy and the cutest dog ever named Pippa.
I'm busy. I'm so
She's
busy. Oh, she's tired.
And coming in
so
to replace Pippa as the cutest dog ever is Liza Minnelli and her incredibly talented owner, Seela. Miss Ra.
How's it going?
Thanks for joining us, Seela.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is Music First Hands, comedians interviewing musicians. I always want to say magicians.
One day it's gonna happen.
Soon.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Live your dreams.
Seela, do you know any magic? Any magic at all?
I can make your mom hate me. That's about it. Anywho, this is episode 160. We'd like to obviously give a big shout out to our patrons and sponsors. Without you, this would not be possible. Thank you for joining us here tonight. If you're here, please comment, ask some questions, have a good time in the Facebook comments. If you're listening to this on the podcast, we will be asking for tips. So get your phones out and prep that tip call number ready for Seela because it's going to be a damn good show. I can promise you right now it's going to be more fun than the Meghan Markle and Oprah interview. Won't be as relevant, but it will be more fun.
That one didn't seem like fun at all.
Oh, my mom called me about it today. She's like, did you watch? And I'm like, I don't know why white America has just figured out that the royals suck, but we've been
I was organizing papers. I was doing
Yeah,
I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch it, but it seemed very bizarre. I don't know.
I've got Oh, Jessica Forsyth is here. Hey, girl. Hey. She just says Seela. I'd imagine it's like Stella. Seela. Oh shit! Sorry, I just threw my actual place off my journal for a long time. Thanks. Shout out to Kim. She gave me a new glitter gel pen. So this entire show is brought to you by the color purple glitter. How
you used a purple pen? I used a purple pen. Get out.
Okay, Kim and I twin a lot sometimes. Tonight is very different because I'm dressed like a Hey Arnold side character, and you're dressed like Rue McClanahan and Golden Girls, but sexier, if that was possible.
Yeah, I was going for more like the Vision Dream in Roseanne, that one episode when she thinks that she's a goddess. And then, she's like really getting pampered in her bathroom. That's what I'm going for.
And Miss Liza Minnelli has a beautiful, sleepy little hoodie on. What are you wearing, Liza?
She's something I don't want to wear.
I'm doing hood thing.
Yeah.
She's doing hood rat shit with her friends. Kate Howard is also here. Hi. Oh my God. And Jessica says, I love sleepy puppy dogs. Look at these. I mean, the one time I'm not with my dog, I'm in Dallas for my partner's birthday. And here we are. I'm without a puppy to snuggle. But speaking of snuggling puppies, how have you been handling quarantine? I know you finished an album in quarantine, but have you found any new hobbies or anything since being isolated?
Hobbies? Oh, yeah. I love poker. Turns out. Like, I friggin' love poker. I got the coolest little poker set too, like with the chips and everything. And they're like clay. They feel really good. They come in a thing. And I freaking love poker. I didn't know that.
Did you play poker before that?
No, maybe a couple of times.
Like,
just like with people around and here. Now I just want to. I had said out loud could play poker all the time. I'm not good. I'm not good or anything. I just really enjoy. I just really enjoy playing poker. So, yeah, that's something.
You play online?
No, that was I had made some announcement about like I could play poker all the time. And my neighbor was like, yeah, there's online poker. I'm like, yeah, I can't. You can't really want to play poker all the time and then start playing online poker. That's just a recipe for disaster. Are you about to barf?
Oh, we all know. I too have a rat terrier mix. She makes the same noise. Oh, Liza. Yeah, Jessica says, I never played poker, played strip Monopoly instead. Also, Dan Jason says hi. Hard pivot. But Jessica.
Hi, Dan.
You must have been, Jessica I must have been cold for so long because Monopoly goes on forever. And
I
so
know.
if you're stripping down, you're not wearing a shirt or anything for like 4 hours.
Yeah, or she's really good and everyone
okay,
else was
well
naked.
then
Actually,
everybody else has frostbite, but Jessica's fine.
I think my senior year of high school, this is how white trash the place I went to high school with was. We're at some high school party, and the basement of the high school party were a bunch of like other seniors, and they were playing strip poker. They were taking off like socks, and I'm taking off my ring. It was like that kind of thing. Like no one was actually naked, but one of the guys in the basement had a girlfriend that was up on the main floor of the party, and she found out about him playing quote unquote strip poker in the basement with these girls. Mind you, everyone is 18. No one is under the age of this. We were freak. Everyone got held back in this white trash town. Some of them were 20. Like, they're all in the basement, and it became the quote of our senior year. She runs down the stairs, looks him dead in the eye, and goes, "Strip poker!" And like that was everyone just wrote that in her yearbook. They just wrote "strip poker" in all caps with a bunch of question marks. So shout out to Courtney, whatever your last name is now. You got married twice since then. I don't know. She says, yeah, she's the Monopoly shark. Knew it. Earl Manning says aloha as per usual. Hey girl, hey. Also, Chris, sorry, I realized I've been interacting as music firsthand again and not as Becky Jo Neal performer. So let me just go back and re-like all of those things. Yay.
Nailing it. Things are going really well.
Just killing it. Seela, before we get into two things before we get into the first video. One, if you're having a good time tonight and you feel so inclined because you just feel, all the buku money, you got your stimulus bill, that's what it's for. It's to support your local economy. So get out and tip.
Got that
Yes.
tax return.
Yes, we got to get that out back into the world. That's the whole point. We're supposed to be supporting each other. So let's tip Miss Seela. We have a ticked, it's at the bottom, a running ticker at the bottom with their Venmo and PayPal on there. So you'll be able to see that. But it is Venmo, Seela, SEELA-MISRA, and it's emailseela.com. You can also look up Venmo and PayPal through emailseela.com, SEELA.com. So let's make sure we tip them. Anyhoozle, in quarantine with the album, what was the best part, the silver lining to finalizing an album in quarantine?
Well, we couldn't have a CD release show, which was really a bummer because at that point, people were still talking like, oh, by the summer, because we still didn't have a grip on how long it was going to last. And so I had a date planned and, the rehearsals and everything all planned out. And then discovering that it wasn't going to happen, my family was going to fly down. Anyway, discovering it wasn't going to happen was a real bummer. But then it was like, well, what am I going to do to make it a special thing? I didn't want to do a live online band thing because we'd have to rehearse and all the logistics, and it doesn't always sound great, having the full band. And I didn't want to do a stripped down version of just me and John acoustic playing all of these songs that are really like fleshed out. So I decided I would make a music video for every track. I'd make an animated music video for every track on the album. And I didn't know how to make music videos. So I was like, I'll figure it out. And then I figured it out, watched some YouTube stuff, and also just sort of stayed up really late playing with the stuff I had. And, I made 13 friggin' music videos in like 2.5 months. And there were many nights where I was just sitting on the back porch with my husband, like, I'm not going to do this. This isn't going to happen. Why did I say I was going to do this? I can't do this. This isn't going to happen. And he was like, yeah, well, and then it happened. So now I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So that's a pretty silver lining because now that's what I'm doing. Like that's kind of my
like
gig.
and like you were saying, like a new gig because you've done one for the Bell Sounds, Jeff.
I did a collaboration.
Others.
Yeah, the one with the Bell Sounds was a collaboration with Noelle. She took a bunch of footage of herself, dressed in different outfits, doing, different like dramatic things. And then she gave me real general ideas of what she wanted and kind of just let me run with it. And I just drew all over. I'm like, "Is it okay if I make your eyeball pop out? Sure. Can I turn you into a monkey? Okay." Stuff like that. And so then she knit it all together and she added some other like GIF art and stuff. And it was pretty cool. She's really great at that editing stuff. I was like, here's the bits. But yeah, I did one for Plank.
So good.
For Bird Out on Ninth. And I did one for Wilson Marks. I think it's called something about a train. Only a Train, it's called. Yeah. I just sang the whole thing before. It's called Only a Train. His album is so good. It's called Tributes in the Random. It came out a few months ago. It's just, okay. I don't know if you've had him on.
No. We got to get him. Call our people.
You got to do that. Yeah.
Rita. This is calling somebody.
Rita. Yeah.
Alexa. No, don't. Sorry. Don't.
Well, all right. I think that opens up a lovely segue to hear our first song / video. This is an interesting, fun show. We get to show you the actual music video that Seela worked so hard on. So without any further ado, let's see. Oh, as I get a text message that says, Patria Walkers wants to send you a message. I doubt they do. Has anyone been getting a bunch of really creepy Instagram messages from people? It's like, I think it's a sponsorship.
Well, this one.
No. Oh, what? Yes, we're waiting. Sorry, I was like trying to find the screenshot of the schedule you sent me. This is real talk. This is
Which one are we doing? We're doing cool. Yeah,
that's
cool.
Right. I was like, okay, for some reason on my thing it's backwards on my notes, but it's not.
Album,
title
right?
track. Title track. Yes.
The title track to the album "Cool" by Seela Misra. Take it away, Chris.
You don't like a fuss. You don't want to have to figure it out. You don't want to hang around. You like to keep moving. You'll hang out with us if it seems like the sound is right. You can step out or stay all night. You can take it or leave it. Your show. You got no regrets. You got places you wish you knew. And you got people you're headed to. But you don't want to seem hasty. And I am not a guest. It seems a decision's been made. In your peripheral vision I'll stay until you happen to face me. Your show, ooh, your show, cool. When she closed her eyes, yeah, everything changed for me. Not right away, but eventually. Now I see cleaner and clearer. And I don't like a fuss. I don't wanna have to figure you out. And you don't wanna hang around. Yeah, you do as you please. You're so cool. You're so cool. You're so cool.
Howdy. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. You are here at Comedians and Musicians. My name is Becky Joe, my co-host Kim Stacy, and we are joined by the lovely and talented Seela. You just saw their music video for You're So Cool, completely animated by Seela. If you enjoyed that, please tip. It's in a running ticker at the bottom. I keep It's at Miss Seela. And if you want to, make sure you put a fist bump and the disco guy dancing emoji so that she knows where it came from. Okay.
Guy in the purple suit.
Yes, the guy in
Yeah,
the purple
girl.
suit disco guy.
Because he's cool.
He's not wearing a purple suit? Did I make that up? Oh,
Oh, it's on Facebook.
Phase.
Different emojis.
Do they have the salsa
But-
dancing girl on Facebook? They must. She's more popular.
I thought there was a guy in purple. I could have sworn. Well, you know, the guy that looks supposed to be like David Bowie. Yes.
Our intern on it. Good.
Your intern Rita.
The
Yeah.
intern, which is Matcha and Saxon, his two Weimaraners.
So we'll get
Thank you.
Alexa. Just kidding.
You keep talking to her. She's not going to answer. She's going to add something dumb to your grocery list. And you're going to end up with like, no. If you're just joining us, we are here with Seela. This is the segment of our show where Kim gets to tell everybody how creepy and awesome she is on the internet using her interweb fingers to type and decipher things.
I
So,
just
Kim-
love to research things. You know how like
I'm very excited about this.
I love research. I just love it, and I'm a huge nerd for it, and that's why I love doing this because
Awesome.
I-
This is my
was
favorite
telling-
part so far.
it's great. I was telling Seela
Do
earlier, she's good friends with Johnny Gowdy, and you were on How Did I Get Here with Johnny Gowdy 3 times, and I listened to all 3 episodes
I was
Which-
on 3
go.
times?
3 times. The first one was in 2013, episode 203. So go ahead and check that out. The second time was in 2017, January, episode 556.
You do
And
like research,
then
don't you?
I freaking love it.
Nerd.
And
Love it.
like, I mean, look at these notes. I have so many notes. It's crazy.
Beautiful.
And then you were just
We need to get you some
recently-
colored pens.
I have purple. This is the purple one that I did.
You need a
It
set.
depends.
We're gonna hook you
Yeah.
up.
Okay, great. But yeah, and so you did one recently last year, which is the this is just part 2 of 2020, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But in June 2020, you were on episode 934. So if anyone check those out, I have like so many notes from all of them. Oh, this, and don't forget about that. What about this? But from the most recent episode that you did, you did talk about how you love watching TikTok dances, and
I
that's
do.
kind of like where you lose yourself. Are you still on that kick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of mostly children now because there are like these like 7 and 9-year-old children that are so freaking funky and just
Yeah.
like have incredible style and just control, and they are so amazing to watch. So I tend to watch a lot of kids, and then also like professional dancers but at home, like doing stuff in their kitchen. It's like they just
Yes.
seem like regular people, and then all of a sudden they're just you're like, oh, clearly you're a professional.
Yeah, exactly. They're like vacuuming, and then they like get on their toes and start doing
You just
points.
like whip a leg up out of nowhere and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the really subtle stuff. It's like, a couple standing in their kitchen, just kind of swaying to having some coffee. And then all of a sudden they're like right in time. And then they can do these things where they just sort of like stop their body and move it in little jerks that are like almost robotic, and then go back into like, it's freaking blows my
And
mind.
that's how I went to the chiropractor.
Mm.
That's we can't do that. I think you
No.
have to start when you're still a sprout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
I'm not
literally
a
your
sprout.
bones have to grow into ballet. Your bones have to grow into ballet. Like if you start ballet at like 20, it's not gonna
Your
happen.
bones, your muscles, your blood, your brain, all of it.
Yeah.
The ability to be
Mine
yelled
shaped
at by a Russian.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all have that. Just got to dig deep. It's there. Dig deep.
dig deep. But did you learn any like TikTok dances? Like, cause I
Oh,
think
God,
you
no.
said you wanted to do one of the spicy ones where they like change into a different
No, no.
character. No, heck
No, that's not. I struggle putting pillowcases on pillows. That's finesse that's beyond me. So
that is hard.
It is.
No.
Sometimes I just lay them across the top of the pillow and walk away. Decide it's done.
Scotch tape it around.
I know, I just lay it there and leave.
Yeah, it will figure it out on its own.
They'll
It doesn't
figure
need
it
any
out,
more
or they
help.
won't.
Yeah.
I don't really think about the future when I do that. I just think about leaving the room.
Just think about getting out of there. But so even though you don't do TikTok dancing, you have been baking a lot of bread.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had this side gig for a while. My side hustle
Yeah.
was the South Austin Bread Fairy. I shut it down a couple of weeks ago. I'll probably bring it back this fall, where I make sourdough bread at home and I deliver it to people.
They look delicious. I have
they
a celiac, and
Oh.
just looking at them, I cried a little, but
Yeah.
it was just, they look so freaking good.
Yeah,
Um,
they're pretty darn good. I mean, there was times when I just baked them and sent them to my clients and never had one because I was like, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
make an extra. Oh, there you go. But it was a weekly thing, and it was took up some time, and I have some other things I'm working on, and having 2 whole days of the week every week where you can't really get into what you're doing for very long before you're like, oh crap, I gotta go, deal with it.
Right. Well, because I wrote it down as when I was going through your Instagram and everything. Is wait, you can bake bread too, and you can make ceramics that don't look like a third grader made them. Me said, are you one of those people who like to try everything and are just naturally good at it?
So those people don't exist. That's just a thing that people say because it looks intimidating. I can bake bread because I did this thing where I did it a bunch and I learned how to do it and I practiced and I got good. And then with ceramics, I've been taking ceramics for 2 years. So if I still made stuff that looked like a third grader did it, I should probably quit. But 2 years into ceramics, you can make stuff that looks pretty legit.
Yeah.
You can still make
Yeah.
garbage, which every potter who's been doing it for a million years has stuff that just falls apart. But
Yeah.
so there's this
Well, it's just
thing
like-
where people are interested in doing things, and so they just do them, and they do them a lot, and they get good at it. And then people look at it from the outside and go, I can't do that because that person was just born with the gift of doing it, when actually that's not a thing. That's a total lie. When people do stuff and they're good at it, it's because they practiced.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something
Or they
that I
practice
tackle
something
a lot
that's-
with my therapist.
Or it's like they practice something adjacent. I feel a lot of the times it's like, I don't know why
True.
I'm so good at baseball. I'm like, I don't know, you played tennis for 10 years, you dumbass. Like that's
Yeah.
probably why.
Hand-eye coordination, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this, and I believe that forever, that I would see people, I'd see paintings, I'd see all kinds of stuff and be like, oh, I don't have it. And I was kind of mad, because it looked like fun and it looked really cool. And then like a friggin' idiot, it wasn't until I was in my 40s that I was like, oh, stupid, you can learn this. Just like you tell
Right.
everyone when they see you playing music or singing songs, and they're like, I wish I could blah, blah, blah like you. And like, yeah, how long have you been working at it? Oh, never. It's like, well, then, yeah, wishes. I don't know what to do with wishes, but
Right.
it's
Like anything, I feel like, especially with like painting or drawing, because everyone has influence, right? Like in my head, it looks like this, and the product may not necessarily match what that imagery is. And then you hate what you produce because you're like, it's not what I thought. But someone else looks at it and sees it from a completely virginal perspective. Is like, that looks good. And you're like, it doesn't look like it. Well, like objectively, it's okay, but it's not what it's okay. Actually, I don't hate it. And art grows on people. People need to.
it's hard when you have an intention and you're trying to make something that's in your mind. But it's also like one of my mentors. Oh, okay, that's nothing. One of my mentors was like, yeah, the job of your drawing hand isn't to be the printer for your brain computer. It's like, that's not what you're doing. Like, this is a whole process. And then he was like, because there was some portraits I did, and he says, those are really interesting. I really like those. And I was like, they don't look right. And he goes, if the point is to make a likeness, then okay. But maybe they don't look like the person, but we have cameras. If you want a likeness, take a picture. That's not the point. Is it an interesting image? Is it an interesting drawing? And so it's really kind of changed a lot about my ideas of art, because I see these fascinating, very hyper realistic or very realistic drawings and paintings that people do. And it's almost like athletics to me. I'm like, wow, you're a really good athlete. Like, you're really good at this skill of making something look real. But I'm also like, but why? Like, why? The picture already exists. Why do we need a painting of the picture? Like the ones that give another color or voice to the image, with it, like accentuates a movement, does something with the color, makes you see something else, makes you remember something or feel something. That's the point. It isn't this like, look how close I came to the photograph,
Yeah.
Though that is impressive. It's incredibly impressive.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, I agree.
I may completely eat these words in, 5 years. And
No, you just totally
all
melted
into
Kim and I's
hyperrealism.
brains. Kim and I
At
are
the
like,
same time, we had this. the same
maybe
look.
I
We were both
am
like,
an artist.
You
Stands
probably
alone.
are.
No, I just fired my therapist. All I have to do is talk to Seela. Who knew?
I have a lot of opinions.
I did want to just talk about so you and your husband John Green,
What?
who hashtag John Green on the drums. You guys have, what was it, just recently, I think 19 years of marriage. Yeah, like
Congratulations.
second.
Thank you.
First, yeah.
It's a lot of years.
That's a lot of.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah, that's that.
I
That
think
anniversary can almost drink legally in the
in Canada.
in Canada. Yes, it's true. That anniversary is drunk right now.
We got it drunk anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
We got a
in your
good
house,
time.
it's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a safe environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was one picture or no video of John climbing up 2 walls and then yelling, R2, R2.
Shut down all the something on the trash on the trash compactors on the yeah. You remember that part in Star Wars where they were getting smushed in the trash compactor?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he had a couple of glasses of wine in him. That was in Paris, and that was the little hallway. We had rented an apartment, and that was the little hallway to the door, and it was pretty narrow. And he just, after a couple of glasses of wine, started climbing it.
Absolutely. As
And all I had to do
I
was
would
put
have
a
done
camera
that
on.
before the wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
127 hours later. Isn't the movie? 127 hours.
Yeah.
I wasn't
he
allowed
cut-
to watch that movie.
No.
Cuts off his arm. Yeah.
Not allowed to watch
Not because it was
Spoiler.
scary, because James Franco was in it. Like,
Oh, wait, that's the one where James Franco cuts off his arm?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. 100.
Oh, I did watch that movie. I think someone was mad at me and they told me, no, it's okay. You can totally watch it. You'll be fine. Someone who knew that I would flip the F out.
Oof.
And he was like, no, it'll be fine. And then that part, and he'd already seen it. And that part happened. And I was like, why? And he's just really
You no
calm and
longer
like,
talk to them.
you're fine. No, I do.
Mm-mm. You just start
Doesn't
slobbing
admit to
his
that.
arm off.
He doesn't admit to it. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But maybe it's not true. Maybe it was just my perception. Probably not.
Oh, it's okay. My mom did the same thing when I told her to watch The Shape of Water. And I was like, you're an artist and you'll love this. It's beautiful. And she just called me and I was backstage at Esther's and Becky Jo was there and it's her favorite quote. But she called me and was so angry. And I was like, what? You didn't like the movie? And she goes, Kimberly, she fucked a fish. And I was like, I mean, and then she goes, he ate a cat.
Yeah, that was
Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought that you were going to think it was beautiful.
no. You
I
said
have not seen that movie, and now I won't.
yeah. No,
Thank your mother for me.
Kim's
I
mom
will.
goes. She
Serious
banged
high
a fish.
five to your mother. Fist bump. Thank you. Yes.
And
I-
Kim, you said, but they're in love. And her response was, he ate a cat. That was exactly what happened. She banged a fish. They were in love. He ate a cat, Kimberly. That was the arch.
These are all reasonable points. I think your mother is a brilliant woman.
She is.
Oh,
she really is.
Definitely is. But she's also a wonderful artist as well. And so I'm just like, okay, well,
Shout out to mom.
yeah, she's a magical woman. So she knows what she's talking about. I'm garbage, but I love her. Anyway, the segue of that was you and your husband John.
It's going to be so seamless. Don't worry. It's going to be seamless.
Cut this in post. Alexa, cut it in post. She's going to be so mad at me. But I just, do you have like a meet cute story with John of like how you met? Because you both are just such beautiful, wonderful hearted people.
Hang on just a second. Hey, honey. All right, he's not watching. Okay. Yeah, how we met is actually hilarious. We actually knew each other, were really good friends for years before we ever got together. I was married before. John was at the wedding. So yeah, we were really good pals.
Like that long. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we were really good friends. And but the way we met, I was playing a show with my friend who's a drummer, was opening a show at the Saxon, and my friend who plays drums was playing with the band that I was opening for. So it worked out great that he was playing with me. And he had just met John like the week before. And I think I'd seen John around somewhere in some situation or another, but hadn't really talked to him. And so John was there because this friend had said, hey, you should come. I'm going to play with these two people. Come down to the Saxon. And so he went there, and I was playing with my friend Chris, and we had this little band together, this little trio, but it was just the two of us that night. And Chris was my ride home at the end of the night. I stayed for the other show. I was singing backup for the other people. And Chris knows everyone, and everybody knows and loves Chris. So it took forever to leave. And I was getting really irritated because every table with, Chris, everybody had to go around and talk to everybody. And John was like, I'll give you a ride home. I was like, great. Great. I'm going to go. And so
get me out of here.
We're driving home. He's driving me to my house, and he goes, you should start a band and I should be your drummer. Like, he basically poached the gig from his new friend. And I was like, okay, what are you doing Saturday? And then I went over to his house. We played like two tunes together, and I was like, want to go get a hamburger? He's like, okay. That was that.
Oh, where did you go get a hamburger?
I don't think we actually did get a hamburger. It was probably a taco. Where would we have gone? Oh, we probably went to Martin Brothers. Is that before your time? Martin Brothers.
I'm constantly like, I'm a casino loyal, so I'm always on the hunt for like other good burgers in town.
This was well before casino
Oh, yeah.
Was the thing.
I was gonna say casino's probably like what, 15, 12 years old, but not 19, not 19.
This was 1992, maybe.
Come through.
So maybe
Yeah.
93, something like that. Yeah. Was casino around yet? It might have been.
I was 3 or 4.
I mean,
Also-
he was around Austin.
Oh,
all
well,
the time.
Yeah.
Casino and Blue. Those two dudes, you'd see them, together all the hanging out.
All day.
But,
Also, I
yeah.
thought my partner just dropped this. This looks like white wine, right? For the podcast listeners, it's like white wine glass. It's a red wine glass. But it's got looks like, nope, straight tequila. Took a sip of that, thought I was going to die. Just, that's not the container you put that in, but you do what you can, I guess.
Is it glass? It's fine.
It's
You're good.
good.
You'll be okay.
It's
Does
good,
it hold
but
a
I'm
liquid?
sure.
It's good.
Kim, like Chris is gonna like find the footage of me taking a sip and going, like
Is
what
that
were they
when
talking
you
about?
stood
That was
up?
I was expecting. Yeah.
Just-
This
Is that
isn't
how you
tea.
stood up? Because I saw you
Ooh.
like stand up, and I was like, "Oh, she's done." No, it's because you almost passed out from the biggest shot of your life.
It worked.
Okay.
Oh, Allison's on. Hi, Allison. She's one of our volunteer. Like, I love. Oh, we miss you. Kim, since we're only doing one video for the second chunk, do you want to ask one more question before we do the video?
I mean, there's just so many, but
I
yeah,
know you have
I
so
can-
many. I wanted to make sure you get to ask.
my nerdy girl stuff. Oh, I will say actually, I do want to kind of touch upon one thing that you said with Johnny Gowdy in episode 556.
What minute mark was this?
2017. This is out 21 minutes and 32 seconds exactly.
Let me consult my notes.
Can you imagine? That was right. That would be so cool. But you said that there is like a family tree of Austin music. And when you like said that, it's like I feel the exact same way. Because just like going through all of Johnny's episodes, and then also that fun thing when you start following somebody and you can see who their friends are with you and who you follow and all that stuff. I'm like, I know so many amazing musicians now in Austin, and then how they know each other, and then how I know that through there. And it's exactly like a family tree. And
yeah, in the 90s, before social media, it was actually going to a show. You know, you go to a show and be like, wasn't that bass player in the band I saw yesterday? And then, you know, and you'd realize that a lot of musicians played in each other's bands, especially bass players, drummers, horn players,
right,
piano players. You'd see a lot of people in each other's bands. And I was listening to a lot of jazz as well. And then, you know, when we cross over, you'd be like, wait a minute, that guy was just playing a jazz set that I went to at happy hour. And now he's here at this other show. And you realize that there was this sort of this family tree, you know, not just to people. Sorry, I have to turn off my heating pad because I'm 100.
Mine's by my feet.
Yes,
Don't worry about it.
My heating pad and my little tincture here.
Hi,
it was nice because there was, you know, that when I was coming up, there was like another, you know, 2 generations that had been around, that had all known each other, and they were introducing me to people, and then I would kind of meet people, and then people would come into town and start playing with one person and then wind up playing with a bunch of people, and you would just sort of, you could kind of trust a gig just knowing certain people were going to be on it, even though you didn't know the artist, you had never seen him before. You just feel like, well, who's on bass, who's on drums? Oh, cool, I'll go, because you know that their integrity and their way of playing, that they would only play with somebody good or somebody you would like. Right. And so there was this lovely kind of, over the years, it kind of became like a little family tree. And then this band would break up and turn into these 3 bands, and this guy would go here, and then this would turn into these, and it was easier to, it seems like now it's harder to follow because because with social media, there's like a bajillion, I mean, there's a lot more bands now, not like there weren't a million back then, but there were, but there's a lot more venues, a lot more ways to meet people and hear them play. And then with the connections of social media, you also never know, just because somebody that you follow or you're actual friends with is friends with somebody else, they may not be able to pick them out of a crowd or has ever had a conversation with them. So
oh my God,
it's not the same kind of connection as it was then, where you would also see the same people at the same shows, you know, or at the different shows that had the same musicians. I used to love to go see a band called Cool Cafe, and those guys also played, some of them played with the Jazz Pharaohs. Elias Hasslinger was in that band. And so when Eli started doing his own thing, it was like, then also like sometimes Kevin Lovejoy would play with him. And that's how I got to know all of these freaking fantastic musicians that are all now like really kind of giants, especially in this town, but even beyond. Ephraim Owens, Eli, folks like that, you know, those are the folks that I was just like riding my bike from one gig to the other, watching their shows and then going home and like absorbing it all. Like, you know, Jeff Haley and Chris Earls and David Garza from Twang Twang, those were buddies of mine. And then they went off to play with all these other folks that I would go check out, including like Eli and some other, like Chris played with Sean Colvin for a while. Anyway, it was just so nice to not have to know anything about the artist I was going to go see, because I knew I already had a respect and like the taste of a bunch of the players, and then that would just expound and expound. Then you'd go to that artist, that new person's, like, well, who's that guy? Who's that guy? And then, oh, they play with so and so, and it was so nice. And it was, I think, for most of the 90s, I didn't really know anything about popular music in the world. I was so absorbed in the local scene because there was so much, and it was so good, and I was just so hungry for it. So I missed a whole. I know what Pearl Jam sounds like because of that guy's voice. Other than that, I don't know.
Or
I'm like,
as my mom calls them, toe jam.
Oh my God.
She's like, what did your brother listen to? Oh, toe jam. I was like feeling it. And then she called cake pie. Things are really good. She's really good at
He's wacky.
But I feel like the same way when it comes to like comedy, as of all these people who write comedy and stuff together, and like Becky Joe will say a name and like, have you ever seen this person stand up? And I'll be like, no, I've never seen it. I'll be like, go to the Velveeta room, go listen, just watch them. And then I go and I'm like, I trust you. I know you know comedy. And then I go and I laugh my ass off. So it's, I mean, yes, these days you can just like go and look up a YouTube video and you're like, well, are they funny? But of course, maybe that day,
is
it
that
wasn't the
accurate?
best show.
Yeah, you still don't know.
Is
How-
it an old
how
joke? Is
accurate
it a
is
new
that?
joke?
Right.
Yeah.
Was it a good night? Was it a bad night? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Like-
it's
Oof.
Yeah.
We've Kim and I have both seen like some of the funniest people we've ever known, like just bomb, and like that's part of the gig, and no one's mad about it. Also, Carrie Hudson, hi sweet angel, she is here. So much love for you as well, and she remembers being a little bit tipsy when she met you, Sheila. She met you, Sheila, when she met you, Seela. I'm apparently tipsy.
I don't remember that.
It was hitting hard.
When did we meet? Did we meet at the Saxon?
She said from the Saxon pub, and a bunch of heart emojis.
Was she singing with Hector? I think she was.
Probably.
I think she was singing with Hector, and I was like, who is that?
we're on a delay,
I
but
know.
she'll answer in about
Yeah.
5 minutes.
When I saw Carrie the first time, when she's like, I mean,
I was like, what are you paying her? Double it.
yeah, well, what are they paying her? And like, also, she said she was singing with Hector. And like, can I come along? I don't know where we're going, but I just want to
Something's
like,
gonna fun is gonna happen next.
yeah. I want to be at your IHOP table after the high school production of the musical. I want to be at Carrie's table because that's the good table.
Yeah.
There you go. Carrie Hudson, the good company, sharing that. All right. I think it is time. We're going to see
Time
another
for-
video.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back and play a game. But please.
Are we gonna watch? Is the next one Shine?
Next
I was
one
going to
is
let you
Up to
introduce
Me.
it. Up to me. Yeah.
Oh, it's up to me. So this was the first music video I ever made. It was before I learned any little tricks. You can tell it's a little stiff. I think it's adorable. And watch the way the elephant walks. I got the whole movement of the legs completely wrong. It's like his feet are flinging out like this. I had to map it out and like draw it. I'm like, okay, this leg goes like this. But then when I went to draw it, I drew it completely backwards. And so his feet are all wrong. Oh, and also check the Tin Man's belly button shows.
Oh, I love it. A little peekaboo.
I love Easter eggs like those.
So be sure to tip Seela on Venmo and PayPal. It's ticked in the comments below, in the little ticker below, and in the comments. So make sure that you tip him. And here's Up to Me by Seela. Oh.
Floating underneath everything, wholly hoping what we catch doesn't sting. If I was certain, how could I sleep at night? If I had doubts, yeah, what would that look like? We go walking slower than backwards. We
Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to Comedians Interviewing Musicians. We are here with the incredibly talented Seela. If you're having a good time, please Venmo, tip, PayPal. It's running in the take the comments as well as running along the bottom part of your screen right now on YouTube.
It's going in this direction.
Now. I know, right? Just gesture like Vanna White.
This way. This way. Sorry.
Like a very ominous pet of a evil billionaire. This is the time that we get to play a little game. Seela has a dog named Miss Liza Minnelli. So I thought we would do did Liza say it or is it all lies? I'm going to read a series of quotes to you. It's either going to be a direct quote from Miss Liza Minnelli or
The person.
The person.
Yes, not the dog, the person. Very important.
We're not quoting my dog. She did not agree to any.
No, your dog was too busy. We couldn't get her on the phone.
Yeah, we actually couldn't get a hold of her people. They basically told us to screw ourselves on the phones. We're like, all right, fine.
She doesn't do any negotiating at all.
No.
No
Very
TMZ. I'm not wearing anything. Leave me alone. All right. But this is either a real Liza Minnelli quote or a quote from a famous impression of Liza Minnelli. I thought this would be a lot easier. Turns out she's just as kooky as I remember, and it's damn near impossible to tell whether or not she really said this or not. So let's begin.
Are these just like quotes in interviews in her life or quotes from movies?
The quotes that I have are like red carpet or
okay.
Like late night interviews.
Okay.
Roop.
Are you going to do your Liza Minnelli impression though?
I'm not. I'm not. But if you move around like just Kim, well, I should have texted him to you. You could have done it. The first one is I walk fast. Always be a moving target. Marilyn Monroe taught me that.
I think that's lies.
Is it Liza or all lies? You both think it's Liza? It's 100% Liza. We started off with a banger. I just love the idea of her telling someone like, always be a moving target. Like Marilyn Monroe taught me that. She's just zipping around.
She was being hilarious.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like sometimes
in my mind, she's on a Segway when she's saying that.
Yes.
She's just like on a Segway and she'll always be a moving target. And like someone's trying to throw darts at her, like at the fair.
Oh my God.
Not darts.
That just went darts. I'm sorry.
That went in a really creepy direction fast.
It's Liza Minnelli's final role. Her final role is the loss prevention officer in Paul Blart Mall Cop, and she's zipping around on a Segway, going always be a moving target.
You mean rubber bands? Just flinging rubber bands. Yeah.
Nerf gun. Something. I'm sorry. I love you, Liza. I know she listens to this podcast all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony, we're talking about my cute little husband. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. I just want to lick his shiny little face.
That is an impression.
I think it's Liza.
You're torn?
No, I think it's an impression.
Yeah. I'm going against Seela.
Well, the real true fans are here to stay. Seela, it's 100% an impression. It's actually
the Kristen Wiig.
It's this SNL sketch. It is not Kirsten Wiig. It's Maya Rudolph playing Liza Minnelli and Chris Kattan as her David Guest. Okay. And Alec Baldwin is playing Tony Bennett on the Tony Bennett show. And like, it's funny because Maya Rudolph's impression of Liza has like a severe lisp. Like,
that's beautiful.
She's got a little like back of the cheek thing, but it's not like a look how cute my husband is. Isn't he the cutest? And I'm like, Maya, what is this choice? It was a choice. Okay.
You mean like John Travolta's acting in OJ versus the People?
Oh yeah, that wasn't acting.
When he does, sorry. No,
it's like it was like his neck was like he off camera. They just quick put his neck brace back on. Like he'd been in an accident and he was told not to move his neck the whole time. And then they'd be like, cut. And he'd be like, yeah. And people would just, come on. And they just put the neck brace back on and he would, that's what it looked like.
100% sure he has motion.
Like he was just, who's
Yeah.
just always doing this. And then
I
I,
think
was
it's all
like,
the-
what did this person talk like? Yeah.
I think it was
no,
all
I
the
don't like
plastic
that.
surgery
Maybe-
just sunk into his plastic surgery molecules fell into his neck and he can't move them anymore. I hear that
But-
happen.
Science.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
Actually, David Miscavige's wife is actually just wearing John Travolta's skin suit around. That's how she's escaped. Wouldn't that be a bit? Oh no. Okay. The next quote is tweedly tweedly tweet tweedly. I don't know how to tweet, darling.
Oh.
Can we have that again,
Liza.
please?
Tweedly tweedly tweet tweet. I don't know how to tweet, darling.
Gosh, that could be her.
Just singing. Tweedly tweet. I don't know how to tweet, darling. Someone help me with this tweet.
No, I'm gonna say impression.
Kimberly.
I think it was the realizer.
It's a real impression, is what it is. There's this hysterical YouTube, and this video was like 10 years old, but her name is Christine Petty. She's an impression and comic, and she made a series of videos called Shit Liza Says, and it's just her like bopping around her apartment doing different Liza things. There's a whole sequence. I didn't do any of the quotes because it was like cut intermittent between the whole thing, but they do. She's talking to a like Urinetown yellow wig with a Coke can attached to it. And she's like, oh my God, Gaga, I love you so much. We should do a duet. Can we do a duet, Liza? I just, what have you wanted like rah, rah, ha, 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 ba, 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 ba. Like we could get Fosse in on it. And it's like, it's just brilliant. If you have 2 minutes, it's only like 1minute and 45 seconds long. Shit Liza Says, Christine Petty. She's great.
That sounds like it was the inspiration for the SNL skit with Kristen Wiig and
yeah, the Liza tries to turn off a lamp.
yeah, because
So good.
yeah, it's
A little saucy neck.
yeah. What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
The next one is you tell that to Debbie Reynolds.
Liza.
That's probably her. That's
It's okay. I'm going to give this one. I only brought it up because it is Kristen Wiig as Liza
Oh, it
Minnelli
is?
tries to turn off. But I'm pretty sure that Liza has definitely said that.
sure she said that. Yeah.
She's well. You tell that to Debbie Reynolds. I just
Who
feel
was
like-
it in that skit? Oh, it was. Was it Jonah Hill? Oh,
Yeah.
we can't keep those little kitty cats waiting. Come on, Liza, because they're supposed to be
Come
going
on,
to see
kitty.
cats.
Yes. Like I wrote this one down as an honorable mention because I couldn't use the whole quote because the quote had a joke in it. And I was like, well, this is gonna give it away. And a kickball chain. Do you remember that? Atlantic City. I choked on a shrimp. And she like kicks her shit.
Yeah.
I choked on a shrimp, and her leg is just all the
So
way up. in the
straight
air.
up.
on a shrimp.
Choked
Yeah.
on a shrimp.
So good.
Okay, the next one is I believe all drunks go to heaven.
Impression.
Kim's on impression.
I'm just trying to switch it up. I know I'm gonna get it wrong.
I'm gonna say it was her being
It's
funny.
100% Liza.
See, I
Yeah.
knew it's the pattern.
Are they talking about you?
She said
Oh, she's upset.
What do you want to tell the people? What you
for the podcast listeners.
my quotes are out of
naturally adorable
context.
kid. Yeah, this is also one of the episodes where I'm going to implore you to stop listening to it and just get on over to the YouTube because it's too cute for words. But Liza Minnelli, the dog, for press reasons, the dog, is wearing an
The
adorable,
person.
yes, adorable hooded vest. It's a white and red stripe candy striper moment. And she is having an existential crisis and needs to be cuddled by her mother because we are apparently embarrassing her. So I promise.
But just like the head on the chest, where she's like, I'm done.
Little.
Can you unplug it, Mom? I'm done.
This hoodie
I wanna
also,
go.
it's a hand-me-down from another small dog that got too fat.
See, hand-me-downs are important. Okay, I have two more before we do the last song. I have two more, and I think these are my favorite. Perez Hilton. Oh, he's cute. Is he single?
That's an impression.
I agree.
That's Christine Petty with shit Liza says again, it's a double zinger because her and her mother married enough gay men for. I thought someone who's whistling at me. It's the tequila. I'm losing my mind. Perez Hilton. No, he's cute. Is he single? Also, Perez Hilton is not cute nor nice. No one should support that man. Free Britney. Okay. Last and final one. Because there's nothing like playing the Palace. Mama played the Palace. I sat in the 4th row. She sang right to me.
It's probably her.
You're both going, Liza. This is actually it's my favorite one because the last part of this is the full quote. This is the only one I didn't give you a full quote on because it definitely gives it away. Are you familiar with the RuPaul's Drag Race game, the Snatch Game? Because Alexis Michelle in season 10, I'm right, might be wrong.
What minute mark?
Yeah, season is a Snatch Game. Liza Minnelli. This is because there's nothing like playing the Palace. Mama played the Palace. I sat in the 4th row. She sang right to me and all the other homosexuals. And then that's the end of that quote. And I've watched that season of Snatch Game so many times because Alexis Michelle in general was a like meh queen, but by God, you put her in a Liza wig and some jazz steppers and she's just like, oh my God. It was fantastic. Hands down. Got to check it out. And that was Liza or All Lies. Seela won.
What a
Seela
game.
won.
Hey, what do I get?
Like so much.
The real winner is Liza Minnelli, the puppy.
Wait, let's listen, see if we can get
A little grumble puff for the podcast.
Oh, it sounded like a squeak toy just like exhaling.
Yeah.
Oh, God, your breath is terrible.
She says,
She says, well,
excuse
you try
me.
licking your own butt and having good breath.
She goes, you feed me.
But it's like
She said, this could be chicken nuggets, but you playing with Purina.
like
So,
shoes, like inside his shoes.
Fritos wore
Old
shoes.
Your
Oh,
breath smells
that's
like old
better.
shoes.
That's better. My dog's breath smells like low tide.
No.
It's
Oh,
bad.
God. Oh,
He's old. He needs some dental work.
need a couple teeth pulled. Speaking of teeth pulled, that's a terror. That's the worst segue I've ever
That's a good
tried.
segue. Which track are we doing? Oh,
Chris, what'd you say?
it's
Pride.
called Prize.
I thought you just said Christ. And I was like, okay, well, Chris is done. We're doing
It finally
Christ.
happened.
That's it. I'm out.
Just a reminder to everyone, we can hear Chris, but you can't. But it would be fun if we all had the same imaginary friend in our head named Chris.
That's called
mean,
a
like-
guilty conscience. No.
my-
But this is the last video we're going to do in the live stream. Then we're going to cut the feed. We're going to come back and say thank you, of course, and say goodbye. But if you want to see the rest of this interview, you're going to have to join us on Patreon for as little as $3 a month. You can watch all the exclusive after show interviews. We get to ask a couple more questions and we get a bonus song. So be sure to check that out. Seela, where can our fans and followers follow you and support you?
I have a website and it is iamseela.com, kind of like I Am Legend. So it's iamseela.com. And from there you can get to my art website where I've got prints and paintings and stuff for sale. But on my music website, there's also a tab for all the videos that I've done for folks that are out now. There's some that haven't been released yet, which is like, but what else have I got? I've got a Patreon page. You can find me on Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon is in the comments. It's patreon.com/Seela, Seela.
Yes, and if you join Patreon, then every month you get a postcard in the mail from me with original art on it.
That's so cool.
And like
I
a little,
love getting postcards.
yeah, you can stick it on your fridge. You could use it as a coaster. It's real shiny, so you
Put
can't
it in a
write a
frame.
grocery list on it because it'll smear.
Oh,
But you could probably like use it to open a door, like that's locked, like slide it.
yes.
It's
you could break
sturdy.
into someone's home. Yeah, I
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into it. All
And
right,
then
so
you
support
leave
Seela
that
and all
postcard
those.
at the scene of the crime.
I'll be the one in trouble. Don't worry. I'll get in trouble. You
Seela, it
won't.
looks like you've broken into 403 houses this month. Ow.
Well, like you can too with this note card. No, that's how you can support Seela. So be sure to do that. Venmo with the fist bump and the either guy in purple, whether you're on iPhone or you're on Facebook or whatever, just a dancing disco dude, so they know. And thanks for all of you in supporting tonight and who tuned in to get some great comments. Like we love you and we can't wait to see y'all in real life. Finally, hopefully soon. Everyone go get vaccinated when they can. And let's do one more song with.
Can I say something before we play this video?
Please.
This song is called Prize, and I wrote it a few months after my father passed. And my father was very ill for a very long time. He suffered for over a decade. And I just want to say, if you haven't talked to your dad in a while, I haven't called your dad, give your dad a call. He'd love to hear from you.
I love that. Thank you so much for that, Seela. I'm sorry for your loss. Let's hear Prize by Seela.
Thanks.
It all happened so fast and so slow at the same time. You were never the same again. Then you left us behind. Now I'm driving with the seat pushed back all the way. I relax, 'cause you're alright. Now you're alright. Now you're alright. Now you're alright. Now you're alright. I didn't want
And welcome back. This has been episode 160 of Comedians Interviewing Musicians. And Kim and I could not be more honored to be joined by Seela. Thank you again so much for being part of the show tonight.
This is so fun. Thanks for having me.
No,
This
you
is
are so fun.
incredible. Like, thank
So
you.
talented.
Been an
Yeah,
honor.
like it always is awesome to get to meet new people. It is especially awesome to meet like dope women who are just killing it and making incredible art. And we want every one of our patrons to join Seela's Patreon as well. Make sure that you tip them tonight. They've got the PayPal and the Venmo up. Also, if you join Patreon, it's like a monthly tip. No guilt. There you go.
Yeah, get that postcard. Leave it anywhere that you decide to break into.
100%. So I just want to say thank you again. And to all of our sponsors and patrons, we love you.
Thank you.
Carrie, shout out again, girlfriend. She said you are brilliant. She is not wrong. So make sure follow Carrie Hudson in the good company. My name is Becky Joe. This is my co-host, Kim Stacy. Tonight we got to interview Seela. We are going to disconnect on this live stream, but then we're going to film some super exclusive Patreon content for you. So be sure to tune in. Help, my brain's melting. Bye, Facebook. We'll see you next week.